Welcome to Mindful English Stories.
Have you ever watched an English video and thought, I understand this? You listened to the words. You followed the story. You understood the teacher. You even felt a little proud. But later, when someone asked you a simple question in English, your mind suddenly became empty. This happened to Daniel. Daniel was 29 years old. He worked in a small technology company in the city. He was quiet, careful, and hardworking. Every morning, he arrived at the office early. He opened his laptop, checked his messages, and started working. Daniel was good at many things. He could solve difficult problems. He could learn new software quickly. He could read long reports and understand many details. But there was one thing that always made him nervous. Speaking English. Daniel had studied English for many years. In school, he learned grammar rules. He remembered many words. He passed English exams. Later, after he started working, he continued learning by himself. Every night, before bed, he watched English videos. Sometimes he watched English lessons. Sometimes he watched interviews. Sometimes he watched simple English stories. And when he watched these videos, he understood a lot. Not every word, of course. But he understood the main idea. He could follow the story. He could guess the meaning of new words. Sometimes, when he listened to a slow English speaker, he thought, maybe my English is not so bad. But speaking was different. When Daniel needed to speak, everything changed. One Friday morning, Daniel was making coffee in the office kitchen. His coworker, Mark, walked in with a smile. Hey, Daniel, Mark said. How was your weekend? It was such a simple question. Daniel knew every word. How was your weekend? He had heard this question many times in videos. He had seen it in textbooks. He knew what it meant. He even knew some possible answers. But at that moment, his mind went blank. He looked at Mark. He smiled. He looked down at his coffee cup. Good, Daniel said. Mark waited for more, but Daniel said nothing. Oh, nice, Mark said. Then Mark took his coffee and left. Daniel stood there alone. His face felt hot. His heart was beating fast. In his mind, he had many ideas. He wanted to say, it was pretty good. I went to a small restaurant with my friend. The food was great, and we talked for hours. He also wanted to say, on Sunday, I stayed home and watched a movie. It was relaxing. He wanted to say many things. But the words did not come out. That night, Daniel sat on his bed with his phone in his hand. He opened another English video. The teacher in the video was speaking clearly. Daniel understood almost everything. But he did not feel proud this time. He paused the video and whispered to himself. Why can I understand English, but I can't speak it? The question stayed in Daniel's mind for a long time. The next day was Saturday. Daniel decided to visit a small cafe near his apartment. He often went there when he wanted to think. The cafe was quiet, with warm lights, wooden tables, and soft music. Daniel ordered a cup of coffee and sat by the window. He opened his notebook and wrote one sentence at the top of the page. Why can I understand English but not speak it? He looked at the sentence for a long time. Then he wrote some possible answers. Maybe I don't know enough words. Maybe my grammar is bad. Maybe my pronunciation is strange. Maybe I am too shy. Maybe I am just not good at languages. When Daniel read the last sentence, he felt sad. Maybe I am just not good at languages. Was that true? At that moment, someone said his name. Daniel? He looked up. It was Emma, his old English teacher from a weekend class. Daniel had taken her class 2 years before. Emma was carrying a book and a cup of tea. She smiled warmly. Wow, what a surprise, she said. How are you? Daniel stood up quickly. I'm good. Nice to see you, he said. Emma looked at the empty chair across from him. May I sit here? Of course, Daniel said. Emma sat down and noticed Daniel's notebook. Still studying English? She asked. Daniel gave a small laugh. Trying to. That's good, Emma said. What are you working on? Daniel felt a little embarrassed, but he turned the notebook toward her. Emma read the sentence. Why can I understand English but not speak it? She looked at Daniel kindly. That's a very common question, she said. Daniel sighed. I watch English videos every day. I can understand many things. But when someone asks me a simple question, I freeze. Yesterday, my coworker asked me, "How was your weekend?" And I only said, "Good." That's all. I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't say it. Emma nodded. She did not look surprised. Daniel, she said, your English is not bad. Daniel looked at her. It feels bad, he said. I know, Emma said. But feeling bad and being bad are not the same thing. Daniel was quiet. He wanted to believe her. But he still felt disappointed in himself. Emma took a pen from her bag and drew 2 circles in his notebook. In the first circle, she wrote, Input. In the second circle, she wrote, Output. Daniel looked at the 2 words. He had seen them before, but he did not really understand why they were important. Emma pointed to the first circle. Listening and reading are input, she explained. You receive English. You take English into your brain. Watching videos, reading posts, and listening to podcasts are all input. Daniel nodded. Then Emma pointed to the second circle. Speaking and writing are output, she continued. You create English. You take ideas from your mind and turn them into words. Daniel looked at the 2 circles again. Input. Output. It sounded simple, but it felt important. So I understand English because I listen a lot, Daniel said slowly. But I can't speak because I don't practice speaking enough. Exactly, Emma said. Understanding English does not automatically make you speak English. They are connected, but they are different skills. Daniel sat back in his chair. For years, he had believed that if he listened enough, one day speaking would just happen naturally. He thought that after watching hundreds of videos, English sentences would suddenly come out of his mouth easily. But that day had not come. Emma smiled as if she could understand his thoughts. Many learners wait too long, she said. They think, I will speak when I know more words. I will speak when my grammar is perfect. I will speak when my pronunciation is better. But speaking improves when you speak. Not before. Daniel looked down. But when I speak, I make mistakes. Of course, Emma said. Everyone does. I speak too slowly. That is normal. I forget words. That is normal too. I feel stupid. Emma leaned forward. Daniel, listen carefully. You do not need perfect English to start speaking. You need simple English. You need useful English. You need English that comes out of your mouth, even if it is not beautiful. Daniel smiled a little. Not beautiful English. Not at first, Emma said. First, speak simple English. Later, you can make it better. Emma turned to a new page in Daniel's notebook and wrote 3 questions. How do I feel today? What did I do today? What do I want to do tomorrow? Every day, Emma said, answer these 3 questions out loud. Out loud? Daniel asked. Yes, Emma said. Not only in your head. Not only in writing. Speak. Use your voice. Daniel looked nervous. But no one will listen. That's okay, Emma said. Your brain will listen. Your mouth will practice. Your ears will hear your own English. This is important. Daniel read the questions again. How do I feel today? What did I do today? What do I want to do tomorrow? They are too simple, he said. Emma shook her head. Simple is good. Simple sentences build speaking speed. If the question is too difficult, you will stop. If it is simple, you can repeat it every day. Then she gave him an example. I feel a little tired today. I worked a lot. Tomorrow, I want to wake up early and clean my room. She smiled. See? Simple. But useful. Daniel nodded slowly. Emma continued. At first, maybe you will only say 1 sentence. That's fine. After a few days, say 2 sentences. Then 3. Do not try to sound smart. Try to sound clear. Daniel wrote that down. Do not try to sound smart. Try to sound clear. Before Emma left, she said one more thing. Daniel, silence feels safe, but silence does not train your English. Speaking feels uncomfortable, but speaking makes you stronger. That sentence stayed with him. Silence feels safe, but silence does not train your English. That evening, Daniel went home and closed his bedroom door. He stood in front of the mirror. He felt silly. He looked at himself and said nothing for almost a minute. Then he took a deep breath. How do I feel today? He asked himself. He waited. His mind wanted to translate from his first language. It wanted to build a perfect sentence. It wanted to check grammar. It wanted to find the best words. But Daniel remembered Emma's advice. Simple English. He opened his mouth. I feel nervous. He stopped. That was all. Only 3 words. But he had spoken. He tried the second question. What did I do today? He thought for a moment. I met Emma. We talked about English. I drank coffee. The sentences were short. Very short. But they came out. Then the third question. What do I want to do tomorrow? I want to practice again. I want to speak for 5 minutes. Daniel looked at himself in the mirror. It was not beautiful English. It was not fast English. But it was English. And it was his voice. The next day, Daniel practiced again. I feel okay today. I slept well. I cleaned my room. Tomorrow, I want to go for a walk. On Monday, he practiced before work. I feel a little busy today. I have a meeting. I want to finish my project. On Tuesday, he practiced again. I feel tired, but I am fine. I worked a lot today. Tomorrow, I want to study English for 10 minutes. Every day, Daniel answered the same 3 questions. Sometimes he felt bored. Sometimes he forgot words. Sometimes he made grammar mistakes. Sometimes he stopped in the middle of a sentence and laughed at himself. But he continued. After 1 week, something small changed. Daniel noticed that some sentences became easier. I feel tired. I had a busy day. I want to relax. I went to work. I talked to my friend. These sentences came faster now. He did not need to think so much. After 2 weeks, he added a new exercise. He took one sentence and made it longer. For example, I feel tired. Then, I feel tired because I slept late last night. Then, I feel tired because I slept late last night, but I still want to practice English. Slowly, Daniel began to understand something. Speaking was not magic. Speaking was building. One word. Then one sentence. Then one longer sentence. Then one small story. One Thursday afternoon, Daniel had a meeting at work. His team was discussing a new project. Usually, Daniel stayed quiet in meetings, especially when people spoke English. He listened carefully and took notes, but he rarely said anything. That day, Mark asked the team, "Does anyone have an idea?" The room was quiet. Daniel had an idea. He knew the problem. He knew a simple solution. In his mind, he could explain it clearly in his first language. But in English, he was not sure. His heart started beating faster. He looked at his notebook. Then he remembered Emma's words. Do not try to sound smart. Try to sound clear. Daniel raised his hand a little. I have one idea, he said. Everyone looked at him. His face became warm, but he continued. Maybe we can make the first step smaller. We don't need to finish everything this week. We can test one part first. If it works, we can continue. The room was quiet for 1 second. Then Mark nodded. That's a good idea, he said. A smaller test would be safer. Daniel almost could not believe it. He had spoken in a meeting. His English was not perfect. He was sure he had made some small mistakes. But people understood him. That evening, Daniel went home feeling lighter than usual. He stood in front of the mirror again. How do I feel today? He asked. This time, He smiled. I feel proud. I spoke in a meeting today. I was nervous, but I did it. The next Friday morning, Daniel was in the office kitchen again, making coffee. Mark walked in. Hey, Daniel, he said. Any plans for the weekend? Daniel felt the old nervous feeling rise in his chest. But this time, it was smaller. He did not need a perfect answer. He only needed a clear answer. Yes, Daniel said. I'm going to meet a friend on Saturday. We want to try a new restaurant near the park. On Sunday, I'll probably stay home and rest. Mark smiled. That sounds nice. What kind of restaurant? Daniel did not freeze. It's a small Italian place, he said. I heard the pasta is good. Nice, Mark said. Tell me if it's good. I'm looking for new places. I will, Daniel said. The conversation was short. It was normal. Nothing amazing happened. But for Daniel, it felt like a door had opened. He walked back to his desk with his coffee and smiled to himself. For the first time, he did not feel like English was trapped inside his head. It was beginning to move. From his mind to his mouth. From silence to sound. A few days later, Daniel met Emma again at the same cafe. Emma, he said. May I join you? Emma smiled. Of course. How is your English practice going? Daniel sat down. It's going better, he said. I still make mistakes. I still speak slowly. But I speak more than before. That's wonderful, Emma said. Daniel opened his notebook and showed her the pages. They were full of short answers, longer answers, and small daily stories. Emma looked through them and nodded. This is real practice, she said. Daniel said, I used to think I needed more input. More videos, more words, more lessons. But now I think I needed more output. You still need input, Emma said. Input gives you new words and ideas. But output teaches your brain to use them. Daniel nodded. I understand now. Listening helps me know English. Speaking helps me own English. Emma smiled. That is a beautiful way to say it. Daniel wrote it in his notebook. Listening helps me know English. Speaking helps me own English. From that day, Daniel changed the way he studied. He still watched English videos, but he did not only watch. After a video, he paused and explained the main idea out loud in simple English. He still watched English videos, but he did not only watch. After a video, he paused and explained the main idea out loud in simple English. If he learned a new phrase, he made his own sentence with it. If he read an English post, he asked himself, what do I think about this? Then he answered out loud. He also started recording his voice once a week. At first, he did not like listening to himself. His voice sounded strange. His pronunciation was not perfect. He noticed pauses and mistakes. But after 1 month, he listened to his first recording and his newest recording. There was a difference. He was still not fluent like a native speaker. But he was clearer. Faster. More relaxed. And most importantly, he was no longer silent. One evening, Daniel received a message from a new coworker, Lisa. Hi Daniel, I heard you're good with the new software. Could you explain something to me tomorrow? Daniel read the message and smiled. In the past, this kind of message would have made him nervous. He would have worried all night about what to say. He would have prepared perfect sentences and then forgotten them. But now, he simply replied, "Sure. I can help. We can go step by step." The next day, he explained the software to Lisa in English. He used simple words. He repeated important points. When he did not know a word, he explained it another way. At one point, he forgot the word settings. He stopped for a second and said, "You know, the place where we change the options." Lisa said, "Oh, settings?" "Yes, settings," Daniel said. "Thank you." They both laughed. Daniel realized something important. Forgetting a word was not a disaster. He could explain. He could ask. He could continue. A conversation was not a test. It was a bridge between two people. That night, Daniel wrote in his notebook, "I do not need perfect words. I need the courage to continue." Months passed. Daniel's English did not improve in one day. It improved slowly, like a plant growing quietly. Some days were easy. Some days were difficult. Sometimes he still felt nervous. Sometimes he still made mistakes. Sometimes he still said only a few words when he wanted to say more. But he was different now. He no longer asked, "Why can I understand English but not speak it?" with sadness. Now he had an answer. Because understanding and speaking are different skills. Because listening is input, and speaking is output. Because the brain needs practice creating English, not just receiving English. Because silence feels safe, but practice creates progress. And because confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes after speaking, again and again. One morning, Daniel made a short video for himself. He stood by the window, holding his coffee. He looked nervous, but happy. He pressed record and spoke in English. "Hi. My name is Daniel. For a long time, I could understand English, but I couldn't speak it. I thought my English was bad. But now I know I only needed more speaking practice. I started with 3 simple questions every day. How do I feel today? What did I do today? What do I want to do tomorrow?" At first, my answers were very short. But little by little, I became more comfortable. I still make mistakes, but I can speak now. And that is enough to keep going. Daniel stopped the recording. Then he watched it. There were pauses. There were small mistakes. His pronunciation was not perfect. But Daniel smiled. Because the person in the video was speaking. Not waiting. Not hiding. Speaking. If you are listening to this story and you feel like Daniel, remember this. You are not alone. Maybe you understand English videos. Maybe you read English posts. Maybe you know many words. But when you try to speak, your mind becomes empty. That does not mean your English is bad. It means your speaking muscle needs practice. So start small. Do not wait for perfect grammar. Do not wait for perfect pronunciation. Do not wait until you feel ready. Choose one simple question and answer it out loud. How do I feel today? What did I do today? What do I want to do tomorrow? Say one sentence. Then say another. If you forget a word, use a simpler word. If you make a mistake, continue. If you feel nervous, speak anyway. Because every sentence is a step. Every small answer is training. Every time you use your voice, your English becomes a little more alive. Understanding English is wonderful. But speaking English gives your understanding a voice. And your voice does not need to be perfect. It only needs to begin.